Hello, I'm Lee Marshall, MD of Veritas Building Services Limited. We're an environmental design practice. We focus on environmentally friendly buildings, the net zero design of buildings, and we're currently smashing the RIBA 2030 challenge with our project designs. In fact, we've been doing that for the last 6 or 7 years, and lots of our projects are 10, 15 years ahead of the curve when it comes to environmental initiatives. The goals and growth aspirations for the business now are to take the business from where we are now, which we've been growing steadily for the last 9 years, and grow that fourfold over the next 5 to 6 years. We've engaged the D2N2 upskiller program to help us with that. Look at the areas where we might be vulnerable in terms of management techniques or marketing techniques and the like, and we've now went through that process and we're implementing the actions from that to grow over the next 5 to 6 years. The big barriers for us in achieving our growth aspirations is local talent, local regional talent. Over the last 7, 8, 9 years, we've recruited in various different ways, directly, indirectly. We've had various people in with the business, and what we've realised actually, if we want to grow our business in this region, we've got to link in with the colleges and the universities. The real challenge for us is growing local talent, and we're committed to do so. In terms of support, the upskiller provided a business coach. And with that business coach, we identified a few key areas we wanted to look at. And those areas included our marketing strategy for the next few years, recruitment, the team as is, what their strengths and weaknesses are, my strengths and weaknesses. We did an insights profile on that. So the impact so far for the business, through the upscaler program, we started focusing on some awards. So to recognise the achievements that we have inwardly gained, as it were, as a business over the years. One of the awards we went for was the East Midlands Chambers Environmental Impact Award, and I'm very pleased to say that we were a finalist in that award. One of the things that's come out of that is that we will start targeting more of those types of awards. What we've also done now is engage with a PR firm to help us with our marketing over the next year. We'll sort of test the water on that, see how that goes. We're very excited about that. We've had a number of meetings about that plan, and that's some of the things that we do within our business. Upscaler has certainly put a framework in place with us that will help us achieve going forward. And what we found was that whilst we're strong in a number of areas, we were very, very lacking in others, and it's helped us redress the balance, as it were. And without that, I suppose, upscaler intervention is probably a good way of putting it. Without that upscaler intervention, we wouldn't have concentrated on those areas. But to get better, we've got to improve on those, and then that will help us get even better at the areas where we're already good at just now. My big frustration with the upscaler is I didn't do it sooner. And so it's not so much a frustration with the upscaler, it's a frustration with me and being belligerent and not listening to the great advice that the D2N2 gave us. And they were encouraging us into this. They could see it, they could see that this would really help us, but for whatever reason I either didn't want to see it or couldn't see it. So I just wish I had listened to them 2 or 3 years ago, and I'd probably be 2 or 3 years ahead of where I am now. So it's probably a frustration on my part and a regret on my part about not getting involved sooner.